Hello people, and welcome to another episode of City Showcase. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We have our first CS1 city of the series this week, and it is the city of Andega by Adarwin. This has been built on the Fertile Desert map from the Sidai Map Pack 2 DLC, and is a fair old size quality of life vanilla build. So let's take a look around this, shall we? So I think today's question is, where exactly do we start? It's a huge city, it's a full 9 tiles, it's a very full 9 tiles as well. He's right up to the map boundaries on most positions. That is on the Fertile Desert map. I think we'll kind of look at some of the more interesting kind of structures that we can see from this satellite position. First of all, I am drawn toward this big European plaza that's all centered around the aquarium. Let's have a little look at this. Very nice indeed. So we can see some public transport. Let's have a look at that public transport, shall we? Let's see exactly what's going on through here. There's underground metro. We've got a station over here as well. Let's have a look at the ridership. 110 is not bad. And then some buses coming through the middle as well. But really nice design, right? Really like what is done here. Lots of green belt. It's kind of woven in and around a very tasteful use of European. They can be quite hard to use, these assets. The European vanilla stuff, especially when you're zoning. But he has done a good job of it here. He's respected the grid and the angles that these things take up. It's very nice. Basketball courts through here as well. Interesting choice to go with the aquarium as the centerpiece as well. I wouldn't have really had that with European, but I think it's safe to say it works, doesn't it? I think it's very nice. Then leading right up into one of two kind of main CBDs, actually. There's another one behind us on the horizon over there. So two very distinct skylines across the map as well. So we'll come down here into the stock exchange, where he's used the plaza outside of it, and a little bit repeated park spice. This is very nice, Adarwin. Yes, please. This gets a spice award, I think. I think this is the first spice award of the episode. Very nice. Some tourism mixed in here as well. He's even gone with the financial district offices as well, which are a bold shout because these assets, I'm not a lover of them. I don't like these ones. They look very weird. The way the glass is just packed on the top of a stone building like that. But it's a brave choice to use them, but it's a nice skyline regardless. There's more parks and metro over here. Let's have a look at this inner city metro. Let's see what sort of ridership we're getting there. 70, that's not too bad. How about the trams as well? Yeah, trams aren't too bad. It's not insanely busy, but I guess there's lots of buses and metro around here, isn't there? So they're probably all sharing the load. We've got a train over here as well, which is nice and busy. Look at that. 685, and how about the Airport Express train there? Yeah, I've always had great success with those Airport Expresses. Hooking them in. We'll get over to the airport in a second. But really nice use of park. There's another little kind of greenbelt respect here, isn't there? With the tunnel going under here. Where does that come out? Yeah, where does that come out? I wonder. Let's have a little look where that goes. I'm quite curious. Okay, so there's a whole underpass system here as well. Even having a junction with the tunnel, which is an unusual shout. But then that comes back up in the other side of the city there. And then it's a lot of residential towers beyond that, and then I think we fall into just some pretty generic outlying suburbia here. I don't think there's anything really to kind of cast an eye on. I guess there is an industry build out here, actually. Got a little bit of office and industry going on with the high-tech unique buildings here as well. I like the way he's used the map boundary there. It's a very clever placement of the tooth bucket excavator thing. Some nice trumpet interchanges here as well, alongside a slightly more unusual interchange, where it would appear there crisscrossing under and over there to get back out. It's a really interesting design, that one, but yeah, what are we looking at here? 126,000 population, it still works. Really cute design, that, actually. And then as we leave this part of the city, I don't think there's anything more. There's another amusement park over here. This is pretty vast, isn't it? Nice arrangement of assets, though. I like it. Layered public transport lines going through. That's what we love. And that's some really nice arterial views as well. He's got this kind of big straight roads heading into the city. I always appreciate those kind of big chunky roads. They always make for a nice view when the city's done, you know. And then this spills back into the European bit over here. There's lots of little pockets of parks and green space dotted around all over the place here, which I always appreciate. Another little metro plaza here as well. That's a real great design, that, isn't it? Look at that. That's very nice. That does get the approval of it. I like this one. It's the metro I like here too. 478, that is a busy one, isn't it? Where's that going? Well, that's like a bit of an exchange hub between a couple of lines there, isn't it? Very nice. So he's got very strong public transport across the city. Trams, metro, buses, all in very strong action. And then glancing over this side, we've got a university here. I love a campus. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, blended it into the European area here, hasn't he? Very nice indeed. With an integration of residential right in the campus as well, which I haven't ever seen that before. I think that's the first time I've ever seen just kind of zoned residential in the campus like that. I wonder if this was inspired by something or just a design he wanted to run with. Or maybe it's not a campus. Maybe this is supposed to be something else, you know. We repurpose things all the time, don't we? Some nice sports pitches integrated in the campus too. All very good. Alongside a Varsity Sports Arena over here with another metro station. And lots more parkland as well. What building is that on? Is that the hot air balloon one? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, Chirper balloon tools. We also run into that elevated train system again coming out the other side of the CBD here. That must have been that station we checked earlier, is it? Yeah, I think it is, isn't it? But these are running this really busy line as well. These are coming into a major hub over here, which is actually one of our favourite hubs, isn't it? We love this asset. The Metro Monorail Train Hub 507 coming through this week. Yeah, there is a monorail line there, isn't there? Where's that going? That was doing a big... It's doing a big old loop, isn't it? It's a long monorail line. Terminates here within an industrial district. Okay. Have a look at the ridership of this as well. Let's see how the AI prefers the monorail here. And that's not too bad. 98 on one, 29 on another. It's not the busiest line ever, but I think it's that kind of problem we experience too, you know. Everyone shares the load, doesn't it, when you have so much public transport. But very nice indeed. What's the traffic like, actually? Just while we've touched on the public transport so much, let's have a look at the traffic. 84%, that's really good, especially for a city of this size. That's very good indeed. Very nicely done, Darwin. We fall into a little green city district on the back of the campus, which is very nice. It's gone for a little town centre configuration here as well. This is, reminds me of Palaven. The combination of green cities with the town centre hall. Just, yeah, that combination. Instant flashbacks to Palaven. A really nice use of the district here, isn't it? Cycling bus roads coming back here onto more high density. Falling further back from the green city suburb, we arrive at a little hospital service district. It's even got the disaster building in here too, which is always a strong shout, isn't it? We can even see that big chunky hotel, which is always a brave shout, isn't it? A hard asset to use, this one, I think. But he's definitely respected the front of it. Lots of fountains and glass out the side. Is, I think, quite appreciated, isn't it? Nice centralised walk-up as well. What's it surrounded by here? Just kind of office, I think. The office and wall-to-wall stuff. Very nice. He's even gone for one of the monuments. Brave. How has it integrated this? It's just into a pedestrian district, the Eden project, this is, isn't it? Yeah. Very bold shout, Darwin, to bring in a monument into the build. It's not the worst thing though, is it? I think it's definitely more, probably, if you're going to use it on a waterfront, maybe have it in a CBD district. Very, extravagant, isn't it? Or probably most better blended in with green cities, isn't it? Given these kind of grassy interiors, I suppose. Yeah, very hard though to use the monuments, so he's brave for including it here. But it does pair with the quirky architecture of the hotel, doesn't it? It has to be said, seeing them side by side for the first ever time. There's perhaps a combination to be had there together, isn't there? Repurpose this as another weird hotel, maybe? I don't think it's off the cards. Just a little bit further north of the hotel, there's a massive Brooklyn and Queens district over here. We've included the cathedral, again, which is a combination I've never seen before. I suppose you'd absolutely would see something like that in Brooklyn, wouldn't you? A big old church in the heart of Brooklyn, or New York City somewhere. Yeah. Red brick, kind of old vibe combination, isn't it? Yeah, I've never seen that before. Never seen the cathedral with Brooklyn and Queens. It works though, doesn't it? I like it. I'll have to remember that one sometime. That'd be cool. I'll have to head to Brooklyn for some inspiration for a cathedral build somewhere. And then that district spills into more low density vibes over here, where there's numerous parks, buildings, and lots of a Darwin spice essentially over this way. And then that kind of rounds off this bit of the map here. Turn our attention to kind of other features as we span around. We can see the use of the Colossal Order buildings here, which is where we was with that Metro Plaza earlier. We then have a bit of an industrial barrier. There's lots of Storage and zoning here as well. Mix of different industries. It's oil with generic industry. Industries DLC oil in there as well. Industrial evolution stuff dotted about. Water treatment. It's a real mix of heavy industry, having multiple factories as well. A real big flow. And then that peels off around the highway systems here. I'll have to remember which ones came with the map. I'm pretty sure. I think this one here is a SID-I interchange, isn't it? If I can remember rightly. I think it is. I'm not sure. I'll have to have a look at the fresh map to remind myself. And then that spills into even more factories. He's got 4 of them together up here, alongside one of the definitely quirkier unique buildings in the ones from Hearts of Korea. Paired with some of the high-tech stuff, which, having just built a high-tech park in Rannoch, I can absolutely see myself pairing this building with it. So it's actually a really good idea. You know, you could definitely get that Hearts of Korea one. What's this one called? I always forget. This is the Jang Bsoft RD Center. I wonder what Jang Bsoft do in real life. And then there's another monument here as well. Which one's this? Is this the medical center? Or the space elevator or something? With the fusion power plant. I wonder, does he have all of them down? That's weird. It's telling me the Eden project isn't down, but the other one is. So I guess I can't really trust that list. As it turns out. But yeah, another bold move to include the fusion plant here. It's not one of the most horrendous monuments to fusion plant. Definitely not as bad as something like the medical center and the Space Needle were pretty hard to use, aren't they? But it's not done a bad job of blending it in here. But take home point from this bit. Definitely remember to make a note to include this near a tech park at some point in Rannoch, I think. And then this spills into the second of the CBD districts, which lies in the southwest corner of the map from where we just were, over where we started there. And there's some more great designs over here, very bold use of assets as well. Cathedral Plentitude is a difficult one. Right next to the Deluxe Hotel with a big kind of inner city. Central Plaza Square here, if you like. Which I think is very nice, isn't it? Cathedral Plentitude is a very tough asset to use. Of course, Navaria's Peak 15. But, not bad round here. Intermix of zoning and skyscraper assets. It's a very nice CBD list. Grand Mall right next to it too. A nice mix of IT cluster to make up the rest of the skyline intermingled. With another monorail hub here as well. This one heads right off into the distance, isn't it? This is our big Chungus hub here. Very nice. Glad he's managed to use this one. 1,429 coming through this. This is great, isn't it? We do love this. Was it 79, was it? Sorry. Did I misread that? Yeah, 1,479. With lots of people waiting on the platforms is what we'd love to see in this building, isn't it? Great transport hub, this one. That spills into some more European stuff over there, doesn't it? Very bold. I think this is a European map, actually, isn't it? So without a district, your high-density residential will come in as European. I'm pretty sure this is a European theme map. And it spills into a little metro plaza. With the meteorite park down here as well, just on the edge of the city. And we're getting back to this city bit while we were here. There's a great design running down Main Street here. With this is very Paris, isn't it? This is very Vive la France, if you will. And then it's got lots of parts of Korea commercial growing up here. In a very cool commercial district. I love the repetition of glass plazas here. That's definitely something to remember for the future, isn't it? Great arrangement of those assets are down. Very nicely done. And then that heads back into a city centre. Comes back over here to a dual stadium configuration. I bet this generates a ton of traffic on a match day, doesn't it? But their yellow teams, have they been named, I wonder? Arrow Park and Copper Ball. Yeah, that's what they're already called, isn't it? But yellow seats for a Darwin. Very nice. And then we have more zoning here that spills into, I believe, what is the only airport on the map. I haven't spotted another one. But a nice airports DLC build here. I love this little configuration with the air control tower. That's a very nice way of doing it. I like the little curved terminal there, whatever it's called. Concourse, I think, isn't it? Metro in here as well. And a really nice airfield configuration. Especially for Vanilla Plus too. Really tight, all makes sense, everyone flowing in the right direction. Very nice airport, Darren. That's very cute, this. Tucked into the map corner as well. Probably one of the better places to put an airport in a 9-tile build, to be honest, isn't it? That's kind of out of the way and doesn't take up an enormous amount of space. More zoning arrives at the end of the airport. Before that spins us back to a little industrial service zone on the edge of the CBD there. There's some really interesting builds and some pretty inspiring asset combinations. The Cathedral Plentitude in the city centre there, and another one of the monuments, the Korean asset in there as well. And then that brings us kind of naturally into the Riverlands that lie in the middle where there's a little bit of action happening. I think just outside of some kind of generic residential spaces, we come into a custom park here, which is a really nice use of one of the Finger Islands. Did something similar like this in Rannoch recently with one of the forestry builds, but I really like it with a park as well. Kind of using that kind of Finger Island to create something a bit unique, monorail. There's some really nice prop work here. I love this, Adarian. Happy I stumbled upon this. Adarian wasn't keen to point anything out in particular when he submitted the save, so we are left there. Just kind of roam the streets to hope to find stuff like this, but this is very nice. This is cute. This is tucked in just off the edge of the zoo here. And then there's another little metro plaza over here with a combination of train too. There are trains coming up here. The train police won't be happy with the Darwin. They will call this out. I haven't that one called out to me before. But then this big metro line, or big train line, goes out to one of the outside connections, of course, and off into that district there. It's a shame that you weren't able to develop this little section here, isn't it? That was crying out for an expanse. Maybe he will take this to a 25-tile build, I'm not entirely sure. I think it's finished now. I guess, well, the 9 tiles is at least, because there's not much room left to build. There's also lots of wonderful little transport hubs dotted across the city as well. I always like seeing combinations of kind of intercity bus activity. Always makes for a very nice transport, doesn't it? Lots of busy lines here. Like the Sunset Harbour building. And a great use of the plazas and promenades plaza as well, I think that is, isn't it? My CS1 DLC memory serves me well. And there's lots of these all over the city. Pretty much wherever you can find a public transport line, you're going to find another little mini hub. It's very satisfying to see. The monorail's not too inclined. See if we can find another one down here. We've already checked that one out, haven't we? And the same vibe again over here with the metro. It's all kind of been paid to respect that initial public transport station, hasn't it? With plazas, unique parks, actual parks around it. This is very much for me in CS. I love this sort of designs. So overall, Andega is a wonderful city, and Darwin's done a fantastic job of building out a really satisfying 9 tiles with a lot in here as well. He's got multiple different parks, 2 CBDs, 126,000 population, which is really quite a lot for 9 tiles. Look at something like Orchid Bay, something that we've built, that was 140k across 81 tiles. So he's really packed the population in here and made nice use of the map as well. Fertile Desert is quite a good map, and it's cool to see a city on this one. I'll probably never end up building on it myself, but I do like it. It is quite nice. A massive shout out to Darwin for submitting this save file. If you guys would like to have your cities featured on City Showcase, there is a link in the description below to a Google form. Please fill that out, and I will do my best to showcase your cities. I will prioritize Skype players as it makes it significantly easier for me to load your builds. And a massive shout out to all the patrons supporting the channel, with a special roll call to Louis Adlim and OA Casino. Thank you for all your support, legends. I really appreciate you. Let's get involved in that. Instant Gaming and Patreon are both linked down below. Either way, let me know what you think of Andega by Darwin. Is there anything you would have done differently in this map, maybe? Let me know down below. But either way, I'll shut up and leave it there. Let's thank you all so much indeed for watching. And as always, enjoy the rest of your day.